grab a cup of tea, coffee, or maybe a snack from the kitchen because today's topic is very cozy, very human, and a little bit emotional. How are you doing today, George?
I'm good, thank you. A bit nostalgic already, just from the way you introduced it. I have a feeling we're going to talk about family.
You're right. The radar in your heart is working. We're talking about family, relatives, holidays, special events, all those moments when everyone suddenly appears in the same room and starts talking at the same time.
Yes, the magical chaos of family gatherings.
Exactly. Food, noise, questions about your life that you don't want to answer, love, of course, and maybe a little drama.
Just a little.
Before we jump in, if you enjoy natural English conversations like this, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us keep creating for you.
Thank you. All right, let's dive into the world of parents, cousins, grandparents, and that one uncle who always tells the same story every year.
Oh, we all have that uncle. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
I do. He usually starts with back in my day.
Yes, and then you disappear mentally for 20 minutes.
But at the same time, those stories become part of the family tradition.
True, I complain, but if one year he didn't tell the story, I'd probably feel strange. Like, wait, is everything okay? Where's the annual story?
That's the thing about family and holidays. They're a mix of comfort and chaos. There's always something slightly annoying, but also something very warm.
Exactly. So maybe we start with this question. When you think of family holidays, what's the first image in your mind?
Hmm. I see a long table, too many chairs, plates that don't match, people talking in different corners, my aunt laughing too loudly, my grandmother asking if I've eaten enough, children running around, and in the middle of all that, there's this feeling of safety, even if it's noisy.
That's beautiful.
What about you? What do you see first?
I see the kitchen. Always the kitchen. My family treats the kitchen like the heart of the house. There's always someone cooking, tasting, arguing about salt, opening the fridge for no reason, and somehow all the important conversations happen next to the stove.
That sounds very familiar. I think for a lot of people, the kitchen is the emotional center of family life.
Completely. And during holidays, it becomes like a little universe. There's this smell of something baking, something frying, something boiling, and one person is always saying, "Don't come in here, there's no space," while secretly loving the company.
Let's bring in some useful English here. For example, people talk a lot about relatives during holidays. Words like cousin, in-laws, siblings.
Yes, let's quickly walk through those because they're super important for real life.
Sure. So siblings means brothers and sisters together. If you say, I have two siblings, it means maybe one brother and one sister, or two brothers or two sisters.
And in-laws are people you get through marriage. For example, your husband's mother is your mother-in-law. Your wife's brother is your brother-in-law.
And sometimes, to be honest, those relationships are interesting.
Very diplomatic, George. Very diplomatic.
I try.
Teasing and cousin is easy. That's the child of your aunt or uncle. So your aunt's daughter is your cousin. We don't say my mother's sister's daughter every time. That would be a lot.
That would be a full biography every introduction.
Do you usually spend holidays with your close family only or with a big group of relatives?
It used to be a big group when I was younger, a full house, 3 generations, sometimes people I barely knew. Now it's smaller, more intimate. It depends on the year, though. Sometimes everyone manages to come, sometimes not.
Yeah, same here. When I was a child, holidays meant a house full of people. I remember sleeping on the floor because all the beds and sofas were taken. As an adult, it's more controlled, less chaos. But also, I kind of miss that too many people feeling.
There's something very comforting about too many people in one place, as long as they love you.
Yes, even when they drive you crazy.
Especially then.
Curious, what kind of traditions did your family have for holidays? Like, did you always eat the same thing or play the same games?
Food was definitely central. There was always one main dish that showed up every year, and there was this quiet, unofficial rule that if you didn't eat at least 2 portions, my grandmother would look personally offended.
Oh, I know this energy. Food equals love. If you refuse food, you refuse love.
Exactly. On my mom's side, we had big dinners, long conversations, lots of storytelling. On my dad's side, it was more structured. Specific times, specific dishes, a bit more formal.
Oh, that's interesting. So you had two different holiday cultures inside one family.
Yes. And as a child, you just adapt. One day you're running around and shouting. The next day you're sitting up straight and using your polite voice.
The double personality of a holiday child.
What about your family? Any special tradition that feels very you?
Yes, we have this tradition of starting the holiday too early. For example, if the celebration is officially on the 24th, we already begin on the 23rd. Someone comes early just to help, then someone else stops by for a quick coffee, and suddenly it's midnight and we're already celebrating.
So the holiday kind of expands.
Yes, it grows like dough. It's never just one evening. It's like a 3-day emotional marathon.
Softly. That sounds exhausting and wonderful at the same time.
It is. And at some point, someone always says, "This is too much food," and then eats more anyway.
You know, holidays are often when people really feel the meaning of get together. It's not just about gifts or traditions, it's about everyone being in the same place at the same time on purpose.
Yes, get together is such a warm phrase. It sounds simple, but it carries a lot of emotion.
And it's super useful in everyday English. You can say, we usually get together with my relatives for New Year, or my cousins and I get together once in a while to catch up.
And catch up means share news, update each other about your lives. So when you say, "let's catch up soon," it's like, let's talk and reconnect.
Exactly.
I like these small phrases because they carry emotional weight. At the end of the day, that's what family is about: connection, sharing stories, even if the stories are messy or repetitive.
That's true. And for holidays, especially, people feel this mix of happiness and expectation.
What do you mean?
Well, there's often pressure. You should visit your parents. You should have a nice time. You should be happy. And sometimes you're tired or busy or going through something. So the holiday becomes a little complicated emotionally.
Oh, yes. A lot of people feel that. The perfect family holiday idea from movies and commercials doesn't exist. Real holidays are messy
In movies, nobody burns the food. In real life, something is always overcooked,
or undercooked or forgotten in the oven.
softly. But maybe that's where the beauty is, in the imperfection. The burnt cake, the late uncle, the argument about which movie to watch after dinner.
Yes, those become the family legends. You know, the stories people repeat every year. Like, remember that time when the power went out? Or remember when grandpa fell asleep with the party hat on?
And everyone laughs like it's the first time, even though they've heard it 100 times.
That's love, repeating the same story because it still makes you feel close.
Did you have a lot of relatives coming from far away, like from other cities or even other countries?
Sometimes, yes. Not every year, but when they came, it felt special. They arrived with big bags, gifts, and a different energy. And they always brought stories and gossip.
Of course. Distant relatives always bring gossip from the other side.
Yes, you know what happened to your cousin? And you're like, wait, which cousin? From which branch of the family tree?
The family tree can feel like a forest.
Do you think holidays change as we get older?
Definitely. As children, we just receive food, gifts, attention. As adults, we start giving. We cook, we organize, we plan, we buy things. We try to bring people together.
Yes. And sometimes you become the person who says, what time is everyone coming? And did you call your aunt? Without noticing it, you become the responsible one.
And that could feel heavy, but also meaningful. You become the person who holds the family together, at least for that day.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a quiet kind of heroism.
Well, organizing a family dinner for 20 people is definitely a heroic act.
Especially if your relatives like to comment on everything. Why did you put the table there? Who made this salad? Oh, you look tired.
Yes, family honesty is very honest.
Brutally honest sometimes. But again, these are the things we complain about and secretly love.
Let's bring in another useful expression. Once in a while.
Oh, that's a good one. You can say we see our relatives once in a while, meaning not very often, but sometimes.
Or we have a big family reunion once in a while, when people come from different places and meet in one town.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a quiet kind of heroism.
Well, organizing a family dinner for 20 people is definitely a heroic act.
Especially if your relatives like to comment on everything. Why did you put the table there? Who made this salad? Oh, you look tired.
Yes, family honesty is very honest.
Brutally honest sometimes. But again, these are the things we complain about and secretly love.
Let's bring in another useful expression. On my mom's side or on my dad's side.
Oh, that's a good one. You can say, we see our relatives once in a while, meaning not very often, but sometimes.
Or we have a big family reunion once in a while, when people come from different places and meet in one town.
Family reunion? That's such a loaded phrase. Sometimes beautiful, sometimes scary.
Yes, a family reunion means many hugs, many questions, and zero privacy.
Exactly. You can't hide at a family reunion.
But you also get to see people from on my mom's side or on my dad's side that you almost forget exist during the year.
Yeah, and sometimes you realize how big your family really is. You see someone and think, apparently we're related. Okay, nice to meet you, relative.
And then someone whispers in your ear, "That's your cousin's cousin." And you're like, "This explains nothing."
Exactly.
I think this is a good moment to ask, what do holidays look like for you right now in your adult life?
These days, they're a mix. Sometimes I travel to see my family. Sometimes I stay in a smaller circle with just one or two people I love. The older I get, the more I want calmer holidays. Less pressure, more presence. I want to actually enjoy the moment, not rush through it.
That makes sense.
But I still love the feeling of everyone arriving. The sound of a door opening, the hi, we're here. That moment when the house goes from quiet to alive. That's my favorite part.
That door moment is very symbolic. It's like life coming in.
Yes. Life with coats and bags and too many desserts.
There's never just enough dessert at family events. It's always way too much, and somehow people still say, "We don't really have anything sweet today."
Yes. My family does that. The table is full of cakes and chocolates, and someone still says, we only have a little something for tea.
And that little something could feed a small village.
Exactly.
You know what's interesting? Holidays show you all the different roles people play in the family. There's the organizer, the cook, the entertainer, the quiet observer, the peacemaker.
Which one are you, George?
I think I'm somewhere between the quiet observer and the peacemaker. I'm the one who sits, listens, and then gently changes the topic when it's going in a dangerous direction.
That's such a George thing. So, anyway, how's the weather in your city?
Exactly. Strategic weather questions.
I feel like every family needs one George, someone who knows when to improvise a neutral topic.
I'm curious, what about you? What role do you usually play at family events?
Mm, I'm mm, I'm the emotional DJ.
Emotional DJ?
Yes. I move between people, I talk, I listen, I give hugs, I help in the kitchen, I distract children, I make people laugh when they start getting too serious. I'm like emotional glue.
That sounds very accurate. You keep the energy moving.
I try. Sometimes I'm also the one who disappears into a quiet room for 10 minutes to breathe.
Which is also important. Holidays can be intense, even if they're happy.
Yeah. I think a lot of people feel guilty when they need a break from their family, but it's normal. You can love people and still need space.
Absolutely. Those two things can exist at the same time.
Yes. I love that expression at the same time. It helps you accept complexity.
Family is always complex. You have history, expectations, love, misunderstandings, different personalities, and the holiday table is where all of that sits down together.
That's why some people feel stressed before holidays. It's not just, what am I going to wear? It's, what kind of emotional weather are we going to have this year?
Lightly, emotional forecast, 60% chance of hugs, 30% chance of awkward questions, 10% chance of tears,
Perfect description.
and 100% chance of someone asking, "So, how's your job? Any plans for the future?"
Oh no, the future question. It always appears when you're just trying to eat your salad.
Yes, or the classic, "Are you seeing someone?"
Oh, yes. If you're single, they ask why. If you're not single, they ask, when are you getting married? If you're married, they ask, when are you having kids? If you have kids, they ask, when are you having more kids? It never stops.
Family is very good at creating new levels of questions.
You know, for a lot of our listeners, holidays are the only time they meet some relatives, like cousins who live abroad or grandparents they don't see often.
Yes, and that makes those moments more important and sometimes more emotional.
For me, seeing older relatives is always bittersweet now. I love it, but I'm also very aware that time is passing. So I try to be more present, put away my phone, listen more, ask them about their past.
That's beautiful. And also, from a language learning perspective, asking older relatives about their life is a great way to practice telling and listening to stories.
True, in English or in your own language, it builds your storytelling muscle.
You know, we should probably give our listeners some useful phrases to talk about family holidays in English.
Yes, let's do that.
For example, you can say, "We usually get together at my grandparents' house for the holidays. My whole family comes over for dinner. We have a big meal and then we just hang out and talk."
And also, we have a small family tradition. We always watch a movie together after dinner. We exchange gifts, but we keep it simple.
Keep it simple is a nice phrase. A lot of people are trying to do that now. Less pressure, more connection.
Yeah. My favorite holiday memories are never about expensive gifts. They're about moments. Laughing with my cousin in the kitchen, talking with my grandmother late at night, singing badly with my family.
Singing badly is very powerful.
Yes, because nobody cares. It's not a performance. It's just joy, off-key joy.
We should start a band with that name, Off Key Joy.
I'd join. I'd be the emotional lead singer.
Of course you would. Did your family do any specific games or activities during holidays? Board games, cards, walks?
Sometimes board games, yes, and long walks after big meals, partly for health, partly to escape the noise for a bit.
The digestive walk.
Exactly. Let's go for a walk so we don't fall asleep at the table.
In my family, we always ended up in the living room after dinner, talking for hours. Someone would make tea, someone would cut just a small slice of cake that was not small at all, and the children waited desperately for someone to finally say, "Okay, let's play a game."
I like that image. Tea, cake, and just one more story.
You know, for some people, holidays are also a little lonely. Maybe their family is far away, or they're not on good terms, or some important person is missing.
Yes, that's something we should acknowledge. Not everyone has a big, warm, noisy holiday table.
Right. And if that's you, if you're listening and thinking, my holidays don't look like that, it's okay. Your experience is valid. Family doesn't always mean blood relatives. It can be close friends, neighbors, people you choose.
Exactly. Some people talk about their chosen family, people who make them feel safe and accepted.
That phrase always makes my heart warm. Chosen family.
And language can be part of that. For example, some of our listeners live abroad and use English to connect with friends during holidays or to talk to relatives who don't share their first language.
Yes, that's true. Maybe you have relatives in another country and English is the bridge. That's such a beautiful thing, using English to keep family connection alive.
Nods. Even simple phrases can mean a lot. How are you? I miss you. Happy New Year. I'm thinking of you.
Sometimes small sentences carry big feelings.
Let's give a few ready-made sentences our listeners can use with relatives in English.
Yes. Ready, everyone? You can steal these and use them.
For example, it's so good to see you again. I'm really happy we can all be together today. I've missed you. How have you been?
And also, thank you for inviting me. Everything looks amazing. I really appreciate this. It means a lot to me. Let's take a picture together so we can remember this.
That last one is very real. People always want a photo at the end.
Yes, the official family picture. Half of the people blinking, someone looking in the wrong direction, and one kid making a funny face on the back.
You know, when we talk about relatives, there's also this interesting mix of closeness and distance. Some people you know very well, others you only see once in a while, but they're still part of your story.
Yes, sometimes you feel strangely connected to a cousin you rarely see just because you shared childhood memories or the same grandmother.
Or the same strange family traditions.
Yes, like we always eat this weird salad on this specific day and nobody knows why.
Do you have a weird salad in your family?
Not a salad, but we have a dessert that's kind of chaotic. It's like someone put random things together and said, "This is not tradition now." And everyone just accepted it.
And now it wouldn't feel like a real holiday without that chaotic dessert.
Exactly. That's how traditions are born, I think. Someone does something once, maybe as a joke, then they repeat it, and suddenly it becomes official.
I like that idea. Traditions don't always come from deep, ancient history. Sometimes they come from small, random choices that felt good.
Yes, and families keep them because they give a sense of continuity. Like, no matter what happens in the world, we still light this candle, we still make this dish, we still call each other on this day.
It's a way of saying we're still here.
It's also interesting how roles change over time. The people who were the children sit on the adult side now. The people who cooked everything for years slowly become guests.
Yes, and sometimes there's a quiet moment when you realize, now it's my turn to organize things.
That moment is both scary and powerful.
It is, but it also means you get to create your own style of holidays. Maybe you keep some old traditions and you start some new ones.
Like, no interrogations at the dinner table. That would be my new tradition.
A no personal questions rule?
Yes. Only questions like, do you want more potatoes? And which movie should we watch?
That sounds like a very safe environment.
I'm all about emotional safety.
You know, holidays and special events are also an opportunity to say things we don't always say in everyday life.
Like what?
Like, I'm proud of you, or I'm glad you're here, or thank you for everything you do.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget to say that to our parents, grandparents, siblings. We assume they know.
But hearing it still matters.
It does.
For our listeners, this might be a nice little challenge. Choose one person in your family and express something kind to them in English or in your own language, something you don't usually say.
Yes. It can be simple, like, I'm happy we're family, or I always feel good when we're together.
Or, I really appreciate your support.
Words can be small, but very healing, especially at the end of a long year.
I think we're slowly moving into the emotional part of this episode.
We always do, don't we?
It's our style.
When I think about family and holidays, I think about how different we all are. All these personalities, opinions, lifestyles. But somehow, once a year or a few times a year, we sit at the same table, we share the same food, we laugh at the same old jokes. And for a few hours, it feels like the world becomes smaller and safer.
That's a beautiful image.
Of course, there are conflicts and old stories and things that hurt. But there's also this simple magic of being together. Not perfect, not always easy, but together.
And maybe that's the essence of family. Not perfection, but continuity. People who saw you grow up, people who remember you when you were 5, people who stay in your life for a long time, even if you argue, even if you disagree.
Yes.
To everyone listening, your family story is unique. Maybe your holidays are loud. Maybe they're quiet. Maybe you have a big network of relatives. Maybe just 1 or 2 people you trust. Whatever it looks like, it's valid.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, you're allowed to create the kind of family and holidays that feel right for you, with more peace, more kindness, more honesty, more space.
And we'd really love to hear about your traditions. What about you? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yes, tell us, do you usually get together with your family for holidays? What's one tradition from your country or your family? Is there a dish, a song, or a small ritual that means a lot to you?
You can write in simple English. That's completely okay. This is also your real-life writing practice.
Before we say goodbye, let's quickly revisit a few expressions we use today that you can steal for your own English. Get together. Meet, especially for social time or holidays. Catch up. Share news and updates with someone. At the end of the day, in the end, when you think carefully. Once in a while. Sometimes, not very often. No matter what. In any situation, even if things are difficult.
And some nice family phrases. We usually get together at my parents' place. My relatives come over for dinner.
We have a small family tradition. We just hang out and talk after the meal.
If you liked this episode, subscribe, leave a like, and share it with someone who loves cozy English and real-life topics like this. It really helps our little studio grow.
And it means a lot to us, truly.
Thanks for spending time with us. Keep learning, keep smiling.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.